guest that we have with us today. This is our first time, it was my first time to have this happen, and I'm just really excited. I want to introduce you to a young man that I met 2 years ago here at the State B in 2015. He won the State B, and he and his family and I, we all went to Washington, D.C., and he competed in the National Geography B and was one of the top 10 finalists, which we have not had that happen in a long time for the state of Alabama. So we were very, very excited. Last year he returned a second time to the State B and again won and went to D.C. without me. He and his family went, but I was there to support him. I wore my B scarf on the day of the B to support him. And obviously it worked because he came in third place in the nation. So I asked him to come today to share a little bit about his experience with the Geography Bees. And it's my pleasure to introduce to you Kapil Nathan.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. How are y'all doing today?
Good.
That's great. And I see a lot of nervous faces in the crowd today. Trust me, I know the feeling and I've been in your shoes before. First of all, I would like to thank Ms. Sharon Kreisman for inviting me here today to speak about my past experiences in the D. Thank you. I have learned a great many things from participating and preparing for the Geographic B, and I hope you will too. It has changed my entire outlook on and about the world, and I'm sure it'll change yours too. The preparation and participation in this competition has been the most amazing, wonderful journey of my life so far. So the first time I came to compete in the State B was when I was in 4th grade and I was 9 years old. I answered 7 out of 8 questions correctly in the preliminary round, but I couldn't make it past the tiebreaker. I remember the question today. The St. Lawrence River flows from which Great Lake? So, does anybody want to try and answer that question? Yes.
Lake Erie.
Not quite. Yes. Yes, that is correct. I said the same thing. I said Lake Erie too. Yeah, but Lake Ontario is correct. So I can tell some of you are definitely ready for the B, all of you. Since I lost in the tiebreaker round, I felt disappointed and I left immediately. That was a mistake. I'll tell you why. The next year when I came to compete, I entered 7 out of 8 questions again in the preliminary round, and I went to the tiebreaker round to qualify for the top 10. I knew from the past year how the tiebreaker round works, so I answered the question correctly, and I qualified to the top 10 in state. Well, now that I've qualified past the tiebreaker, I didn't know how the top 10 was going to be like. But I kept my focus, and I kept answering the questions. I was up against an 8th grader in the final round who had been there all of his previous years, from 4th grade to 8th grade. So, my final question was, the islands of Melville, Mornington, and Bathurst belong to which country? Anybody want to try that question? Yes.
New Zealand?
Not quite. Yes.
Australia?
Yes, that is correct. That was kind of a trick question because you have to do some critical thinking before answering that one. And by the way, I considered New Zealand as one of the choices I would have put down, but I decided after Australia because, I knew all the main islands of New Zealand, and then, I had never read about these 3 islands, so I just went for Australia. So you need to... Melville and Bathurst are also islands found in Canada. You should be aware of questions like these and pay close attention to what is being asked. I answered that question correctly, so I won the state championship in 2015 and I qualified to the nationals. What's more was I felt proud to represent Alabama on the national stage. In the national preliminary round, I did pretty good, scoring a perfect 10 out of 10 on the questions and 5 out of 6 on my assignment, giving me a score of 15 out of 2016 and qualifying me to the top 10 in the Nationals. National Geographic is full of surprises. They asked United States questions in the first few rounds, which is not the normal practice. I wasn't expecting that and I got thrown off. I exited early in the top 10, earning it tied for 9th place in Nationals in 2015. The next year, I came back with renewed confidence and determination to clinch one of the top 3 spots at Nationals. At the State B last year, I got 7 out of 8 again in the preliminaries, but what was surprising was we didn't need a tiebreaker that time to see who was going to qualify to the top 10. My heart did a happy dance at that moment when I found out. I won the State B again in 2016. Then I noticed something. All my championship questions were about islands, or something related to islands. When I competed in the national preliminary round, I scored 9 out of 10 in the questions and 5 out of 6 in my assignment, giving me 14 out of 16. There were a few other kids that did better than me, scoring 15 and one even scored an impressive 16. Then came the tiebreaker round. I'll tell you, that was a nerve-wracking and nail-biting moment. I felt the pressure, but I kept my focus and answered the questions. I successfully made it to the top 10 in Nationals for the 2nd year in a row. I was more prepared for the United States questions this time than the last time. I had a good amount of points after the United States geography, and after the world geography questions, I had 18 points, which got me to the top 3 in the national level. The elaborate explanation question round was tough, and I scored 5 out of 6 points again. Well, I didn't qualify. I got 3rd place. So I got a $10,000 college scholarship, and I hope that one of you may earn that prize or even better. Before I conclude, I want to tell you guys to have fun learning about the world. Not only makes us understand the world better, but it makes us a better global citizen. With that, I wish all of you good luck in the beat and congrats for making it this far. Thank you all so much and have a great day.